20 or 30 years. And the other one, which I had drove a good 10 or 12 years, but I'm just getting around to working on it. And I just have things on the shelf for a while I do other things, and then when I get the urge, I'll attack something like that. And right now it's back on the shelf, and I'm working on a Globe King 500 on the bench here. That been driving me nuts here for a couple of weeks on the oscillator circuit, but I'll get it. I'm not consistent. That's the thing. I'll put it off for a couple of days and come back to it and hee-haw in it. And eventually get done, as I've done with a lot of the equipment I have. And I wasn't sure what the receiver was. Anyway, but I assume you probably have a hollow state receiver also. I'm using a solid state receiver right now. I'm using a Collins 651S1, which came out in the late 70s, I believe. And it's a transistorized radio designed for military applications, and sort of in the family of the R390A, which you've probably heard of, and the 51J4 and stuff like that. But it looks like any of those. 651 S1. And a fellow who has a good write-up, I think it's WA3KEY. WA4KEY has a very good vintage library. And I think it's .com or .org. But if you're curious, WA3KEY. I think he's in your neck of the woods, son. So, anyway, I enjoy the Valiant quite a bit. It has a lot of pluses and very few minuses. And if Jerry's had that radio for any amount of time, probably most of the minuses are down to a minimum. So I read it, like I said, often here on frequency, and he's familiar with what he's doing. So anyway, and sometimes I'm not familiar with what I'm doing, and I put myself into situations that are a little bit. So anyway, and plan on being able to get to your tube there. I assume it's probably the 6146s that went with one of them probably cracked or something or other and ship it. Pretty well-built radio, but it's not meant to be bounced around. And by comparison to some of the other radios, namely the Apache and the DX100 and the 32V3, which I have one, they're a little bit more weighty, mostly because of the potted transformers and the steel chassis. You've got better of that world there. You have aluminum chassis and aluminum cabinet, basically, I think, those thin sheet metal cabinet. And like I said, I've got two of them, so. I just use a very little bit of clipping, and it sort of helps promote the audio a little bit.
Yeah, okay, Jim. Very good. Well, yeah, Jerry's done an excellent job. I mean, this transmitter looks brand new inside, and that was the only misfortune, I believe, was that, shipping is what destroyed that tube. But we got a matched pair in now. I've got some Taylors. Yeah, they're 6146s, and I bought a matched pair of Taylors, and they're doing excellent. So also running the Matchbox. I'm running everything through a Matchbox. You know, I kind of wanted to keep everything the same. And I promised myself I was not going to get crazy on this. But I can already see it's hard to not be addicted to doing this. I'm running the Flex 1500 right now as the receiver. I have a couple Halicrafters here, but as of right now, it's good for a new guy like me to be able to see what he's doing, and you know, that's how green I am, Jim, with this. But everything's, you know, it didn't take long to get caught into it, and but it's nice to have this Flex just to see what's going on. And I'm making a little video while we're doing this. This is Studio B, I guess. It's not the main station. I kind of got it in another part of the house, and just so I can be away from the main shack and play vintage, because you know this stuff is not little. But I got a couple of Halicrafters. I want to make the main receiver an S76, and I'm working on changing out capacitors in that. It works well right now, but I wanted to go ahead and beef it up before I really put it on the bench here. And you know, but it's doing okay. But really, right now, I need to have this Flex on so I can see what I'm doing, and it's really helping me a lot to be able to see. So that's the story, Jim. Not too much else. Not too much else yet, but it's coming really quickly. Almost as fast as I can write it down. This information is coming. So, and I think it's good for guys my years or my generation to get into this and preserve this equipment, learn how to use it, learn how to fix it, because there's a lot of generations that aren't around anymore. So I like to see it continue on, because this is, you know, not just a mode of transmission. It's you know, it's history, and it needs to be continued. Kilo 4 Delta Echo Echo from Kilowatt Boston 3 Red Hot Radio, West Findlay, Pennsylvania.
And very fine. And Greg, I think you said you had could you, on the break there, is that an add-on to the tri-bandit, or is that a two-element Mosley antenna for 40? Over.
No, Jim. It's a 2-element regular dipole. It's I was going to get that Shorty 40, that 2-element Yagi, but I got a little nervous about loading that tower up too much. That's tower number 2 here, and it's got a hazer, and I really didn't want to load that tower up, so I just went ahead and went with the Mosley dipole, the big rotatable dipole. It's big enough, Jim. It's big enough, believe me. Up here on top of the ridge, it gets a lot of wind. Over.
Very fine on the 2 towers there. I have the 2 towers also there, Greg. I have one in the back of the property, about 75 feet away, and I have the tri-banded Mosley TA33, which I've had for many decades. And on top of that, a 6-meter antenna. I operate 6-meter AM also, so it's a 4-element on top of that. And I'm not very high with the antennas. I'm only about 35 feet. And the hazer I've had for, I've had that for